Good morning and greetings, my fellow phoenixes. It is I, Marlene, and it is about 12:40 in the morning on Saturday. It's the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day, and of course yours truly is having a bout of insomnia. Well, this week has been interesting to say the least. I have been sick most of the days, not able to keep food down. So, yeah, that's been interesting. For those of you who are aware, I do suffer from a disease called gastroparesis. It affects 1 of every 10,000 diabetics. And basically what it is that the nerves in my stomach are basically dying off, and it takes me 3 times as long to digest food. Fun, 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 fun. And then there are times where the food just doesn't digest at all, and I have what I call my exorcist moments. And if some of you are too young to understand that reference, Google the movie The Exorcist. It was made in 1973, the year I was born. Yes, I just dated myself, God forbid. And so that's what I've been dealing with this week. Also had another part-time caregiver bite the dust, and had another one last night who actually was pretty good. I liked her. She was very attentive, very nice. That brings me to the topic of discussion for this video. But before we get into it, I would like to encourage all of you to like my video, subscribe to the channel, and hang out with us. See what you think of us. And feel free to drop a line in the comments saying hello. Let me know where you're from. Originally, I am from South Mississippi. I lived in Florida for over 25 years. And I have lived in the Northern Virginia area for almost 5 years at this point. It is me, my husband Chris, and 3 beautiful, loving cats, Albus, Hermione, and Ro. And now we'll bring you back to our regularly scheduled program. The topic for this video for discussion is barriers of communication with your caregiver. I know I've kind of touched on this in the last couple videos, but after this week, I feel like it's something that needs to be rehashed through discussion. There are a lot of people that are in the healthcare industry in one form or another that enjoy helping people. Some of those people are not originally from the United States, and they still deserve all the respect and love that we can give them for doing the job that no one else wants to do. I know it's low pay. I know that it's hard work, obviously. I took care of my mother for 10 years. Now I have people taking care of me. It's not easy going into someone else's home and basically disrupting their normal flow of life. I know for me, it took a long time to get used to the idea of having people come in my house, tell me what I can and can't do, when I can and can't do certain things. And it's extremely disheartening For lack of better ways to describe it, I feel like I went through a period of mourning the loss of the life I used to have, being energetic, being willing to help any and everybody that needed it, willing to work the extra hours at work. That just was who I was. Note, past tense, was. I have to accept a new reality for my life. And I have to accept the fact that it is now my turn to be taken care of. And one of the things that I've noticed about professional caregivers, besides the fact that they're not originally from the United States, a lot of them, is that there can be barriers to communication. There can be barriers such as cultural differences. There can be differences in primary languages that are used to speak to one another. One thing I have learned, and I learned this early on in my professional life, but it's a lesson that has come up again recently. It always pays off to, at minimum, learn how to say hello, how are you, some basic phrases in that person's native language. It's not that difficult. You can practice, and you can even ask the person, I would like to understand your language a little more. Will you please tell me how to say such and such? And 9 times out of 10, I've always gotten a positive response. The lady that came in yesterday to take care of me, she's originally from Mexico. One of the first things that I wanted to say to her right off the bat, hola, pásale, pásale. Pásale is Spanish for come on in. At least that's the way it was taught to me. The person that came in actually said yes, that I was correct in using the word pásale. And, it made her feel good that I knew at least that much to give her a greeting. It made me feel good that not only was she talking to me, but she was making conversation with my husband. And that showed me that she had a lot of respect for him. Not that, we're asking her to do anything for him or anything like that, but just the fact that she had a conversation with him, despite the fact that my husband does not know any Spanish whatsoever. Oh, I'm sorry, no, I just got corrected. He knows gracias. And that's about all he knows. No, when we were still working full time, both of us, he used to get nervous when Spanish people would call in to where he worked at. And I'm like, honey, all you have to do is say, uno momento, per favor. One moment, please. And get a Spanish person. I laugh at my husband. He's a sweetheart. He does try. I think Chris's main issue is that he doesn't want to mess up or offend anybody by butchering their language. But hey, I guess I'm the more adventurous one. I'll just put it out there and say, okay, I'm sorry if I mispronounce this, but I'm going to give it a try. So that's that. To me, trying to reach across the language barrier is very respectful, and it shows others that you are genuinely interested in them, where they come from, what their background is. And, for those of you who are in the same situation that Chris and I are, where you have a patient, you have caregivers that come in and out, give it a try. I mean, my full-time professional caregiver, he's originally from Africa. The country he's from, their primary language is French. He speaks beautiful French, by the way. I mean, but, ask questions, get to know your caregivers, because you never know what kind of stories they have. You don't know what kind of background they have. And you might end up making a friend in the process. Who knows? But I do want to encourage everyone, just maybe step out of your comfort zone just a little bit. Start a conversation. I mean, this person that is coming into your house as a caregiver should be thanked for for them doing the job, and thank them, for being there. I always, with my full-time caregiver, with Chris, and with whoever they send in part-time, to give my primary caregiver a day off, I mean, I always thank them. I say, thank you very much for taking care of me. I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming. And I think that also goes with bridging a gap between a patient and a caregiver. I mean, if they know that they are appreciated for the job that they're doing, they'll want to come back. They will want, to do their best for you. And who knows, maybe, again, you make a friend in the process. Well, I think that's about it for this edition. And again, I want to highly encourage everyone to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Would love to see some activity going on. And do want to give a shout out over to Naomi at Naomi's Palace. She has put up some really great videos in the past few days. Please go to her channel and check her out. And that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a wonderful night, a wonderful morning, and until next time, TTFN, ta-ta for now.